Ayo, what's good? It's Cammygbr. We are here. This is I want to make this like maybe a two-part series. So to discuss this part, this is No Cut 2, where I just getting the thoughts out about No Cut 2, and I'm not here to bury T-Top or anything like that, but I want to have this part going over it and maybe things I would do. I know it's an odd situation for sure, and T-Top's in a difficult one. Even now, he's in a difficult one. But I want to go through what I would do, and then I think it'd be a good idea as a part 2 to go over the organic article, because I feel like these are connected in a way. I think Organic's article talks about the culture, but that article doesn't come out unless No Cut 2 happens. I don't believe it happens. I think this is Organic sees the culture and goes, I need to say something here. And especially releasing Tay-Rock and Shotty Horror, though, and the tweet promo that we did, let's get some positivity back in the culture, do that. So I think they are connected. So with that being said, let's talk about No Cut 2.
I must not give in to these fantasies of weakness. Doubtless this is some charm laid on me by an evil shaman, evil sorcerer. Only the chase has meaning. It's meaning.
Yeah. Keep running. Yeah. Yo. Look, I'm in the outback where it's spooky. Wildcats still pursue me like owls do to the rest, and the clouds do when I'm moody. Proud dads to Suzuki's. You backed out and amuse me. I'm good here from I tear your whole crown flat. From I'm in the outback with no neighbors. Giant snakes and the gators. You feel fear in your veins ever since the moment you came in. Heat raises the stakes and baked meat is the fragrance. I reign here from a day you to doubt that. From I'm in the outback with my chest out, I'm the best out. Who's next? Put you through the test, do to chew your neck out. When you eat through tube and bed bound, from I eat mountains for breakfast. Keep rounds in these
Yo, shout out to everybody out there who's watching this. Subscribe to the channel. We're doing big things. My man Cammy. It's your man Caps, aka Angry Fan Man. We up out of here, man.
For those who don't know, as I'm recording, this is 9th of April. Last weekend on the 4th of April, 3rd or 4th, one of the two, I think it was the 4th, there was a big event from T-Top called No Cut 2. Now, talk about the No Cut last year, there was audio problems. It was, almost all the battles happened, I think so. And No Cut 1 was in New York, and the audio was bad, and it was hard to hear things, and there was a lot of complaints from the fans. No Cut 2 said, hold my beer. No Cut 2 said, hold my beer. And people are saying it might have been one of the worst events that ever happened in battle rap. Now, this is because out of 7 battles, out of 7 battles that were planned for the event, 2 of them happened. And then when they had a day 1 card, they actually moved a good amount of them battles to the day 1 card, to the day 2 card. So they moved Young L versus J2 and another battle with Steams onto the day 2 card to fill that out. To give a little bit more battles for the cult. And there was another one, I can't remember them, but I remember actually being quite good. So the crowd got about 5 battles, but only 2 of what people had paid to see. Do you know what happens? That people cancel and all that. But part of this was the manner of which all these battles cancelled. So just to keep you up to speed, let's talk about how each battle cancelled. Twerk versus Netty. This one was the closest to happening that was of the cancelled. Twerk's tire had popped on the drive on the way down there. He got around for about like just at shutting time for the event because they pushed the event back. He was going over his material, but then they just called time on the venue and they couldn't do anything more about it. But he was in the venue in Rumney. He was in the venue waiting, and he was waiting for a good amount of hours. So, you know, it's one of these things where there was the rumors that Twerk was not wanting to battle because of the because of the lack of confidence in the material, because of him not feeling prepared, so he was going over his material, so they cancelled the battle. That could also be true. However, from my understanding of it, it is it's at least what's been said was came in late, wanted to run over his material before battling, and they called time on the venue. That's just unfortunate, for real. Honestly, that is just unfortunate. Tay-Rock versus O-Solo, that cancelled because I think Tay-Rock's either in hospital or someone he loved was in hospital. One of these things. Now Tay-Rock is he's not unreliable. Tay-Rock is someone that could always be relied to be at the event, to do the battle. Like, Tay-Rock has a very long history in performing everywhere and bringing consistent great work all the time. Whether he wins or loses, that could be another thing. But, you know, 80 to 85% of the time, Tay-Rock's winning. And he's giving the fans what they want. And if there's any battle rapper other than maybe Nitty that has given their word and battled everywhere and given stellar performance all the time, it has been Tay-Rock. So I think Tay-Rock has kind of got the pass on this. A-Ward versus Chess. A-Ward versus Chess was a battle that it was the first one cancelled. So this was the first one that it was just days before A-Ward couldn't do it. Now A-Ward is a Christian battle rapper. Maybe God was like, nah, don't do this. Keep yourself right. It's going to affect the stock. Maybe. But we didn't get all the details on that. You know, A-Ward is a pretty private person anyway. And another one that's super consistent, so I can't imagine that he had any actual reason. Chess, very clearly in the building. And somewhat frustrated the battle didn't happen, but very clearly in the building, supporting Steams. So he was there. He would have been ready to rap. Like, it was just A-Ward had to cancel. I think it was like 4 or 5 days before. Yeah, about a week before, maybe a week before, from the calendar line. But that one is unfortunate. Charlie Clips versus Anderson Burris. Not a clue why Charlie Clips didn't make it. Not a clue. Now, Anderson Burris was in the venue. He was doing the stream as he always does. He was supporting the venue, and it just fell apart. I'm hoping Anderson doesn't have too much to do with the audio, or maybe he needs to learn how to do the audio, because there's ways that this works out for people. Like if he's running the camera side of things, usually there's an audio technician or like someone that does the audio. I'm hoping that's not Anderson Burris, because usually he's better than that. And maybe Anderson needs to come out and say what was going on, and because I think there could be something to learn off of this for us, and it'd be interesting to hear Anderson Burris' perspective of how No Cut 2 went. But yeah, no idea why Charlie Clips didn't make it. Not a clue. Not a word, not a peep, not a response, not anything. T-Top, I don't think T-Top and that have said what happened there. If they have, it's definitely not been highlighted, but yeah, it seems kind of underground, to be honest. And the worst one was Verb versus T-Top. Verb on April Fools. This is going to sound ridiculous. Verb on April Fools, and As I spoke with someone about this, it might technically not be in the allotted hours of April Fools, but A Verb on April Fools around day, maybe April 2nd as well, was like, oh, I'm not going to do the battle, don't pay for the pay-per-view, don't do this, don't do that. However, he was proper like, fuck this battle, fuck this shit, I ain't come. But like, really downplaying this event. And then T-Top was just like, all right, well, you're not coming in. All right, we'll cancel the battle. It's cool. It's cool. You're telling people not to come to it. You're saying you're not going. Don't pay the pay-per-view. All right, okay. Well, I'll book someone else to battle in a couple of days or whatever. Never did, but you know. So Verb is on the back trail of this, going, it was just April Fools. It was April Fools. I'm going to sue you, T-Top, because it was April Fools. He's like, Verb has no money. Verb ain't going to sue nobody. Verb has zero money. His Twitter is not... He doesn't have a premium Twitter. He doesn't earn money off his tweets. He does it for the love of the game. He's getting no money. None at all. He's getting deposits and being like, peace, you know, living off his name and name only. But yeah, so Verb is genuinely is like, I ain't going to do the battle, this, that, and the fourth. T-Top calls the bluff, okay, don't do the battle, and then cries wolf, saying, I'm just joking, and now I'm getting the other half of blah, blah, blah. It was fucking shameful of Verb. It was fucking shameful, and that's the first swear of the video. But that was shameful, what he was doing there. But you know, these things happen, unfortunately, where the internet, you do not get context on the internet. People were trying to say that Verb was in the building. That was bollocks, obviously. Again, clearly bollocks. But one of these things where unfortunately it was what was meant to be a joke was never a joke. Verb was never going to go to the battle. Verb was crying about fighting Briz. Like he said, oh yeah, I'll beat T-Top and fight Briz after. And then it came over to it. A little context from T-Top was that Verb didn't have the people around him he was supposed to have. So whether it was for friends or he was going to have some sort of homies that might back him up if something happens. It's fucking nonsense. And because he didn't have that, he then cancelled the battle. That's just allegedly. But that's at least what happened. And then we have the newfound meme of T-Top standing in the crowd like... and apologizing to the people, unfortunately. But let's go into detail. Let's start off with T-Top. These aren't your friends, bro. Like they're not your friends. Like, or maybe they are, and it's just extreme circumstances that are so unlucky. It's almost unbelievable. You know, just the way that this happened, like I appreciate you trying to get Verb outside. I appreciate that, and you know what would have been an easy win, and you know maybe a nail on the coffin of Verb, because I think he would have killed him. I think he would have destroyed him. I appreciate the attempt, but it was never going to happen, man. It was never like no matter what, it wasn't going to happen. So. Like it was. There's a part of me who want to think there is a bit of a blame on T-Top for trying to book Verb, because you've seen how he's been moving. You've seen that he's mentally unwell, unfortunately, mentally unwell, and you're feeding that habit of a Verb rather than trying to support the man and to be better and to be more of a man and less of a child. Like. You aren't supporting him by that. I'm not saying he's on drugs or anything like that, because I don't know the man. So and I've never seen him with a crack pipe. I just seen him with a video asking Rosenberg for the blow. That's all I've seen. So I'm not going to say that he's a drug addict. But whatever his habit is, or whatever that he is doing, you're feeding it. You're feeding the almost the innate nature of Verb by just giving him money for free, because he's someone that's been used to being given money for performances and doing whatever he wants afterwards, and just living his best life, not interact with anyone, fuck the battle rap culture until he needs more money. It's basically been a bank of I take free money. It's been for Verb, it's transactional. That's all been transactional. And I know like Nitty, Twerk, Tay-Rock, these guys you're close with, even Chess, A-Ward as well. I know you're close with these people. I know you are. And I think, and you want to continue to be friends with them, but you know, there's a reason why Smack did not have Nun's number. There was a reason why. Like that's not like that's the interconnected friendship in business doesn't work, because the person that cares more about the business ends up getting hurt, because the person who cares less does less, and it affects the business, and your love for the business then affects your friendship. This shit never works. So I think whether in the future you need to set up this boundary of I fuck with you, when I'm like, even if it's when I'm in conversation with you as a league owner, I'm coming to you as a league owner, I love you, but this doesn't work. Like I'm gonna get every penny back. I'm going to do the deals and whatnot, and whether you set up, I don't know, let's say like it's almost like you have to play pretend, right? To organize. If you're booking a battle rapper, here I want to be able to book you. I want to talk business. Are you available on this date so we can talk business instead of just talking as we normally would? And so you have business time. Then you have all your friend time for the same person, but you have business time. It's really important that you have to try and delineate between the two, that you're not just someone who is, oh, I'll just give you $5,000. I'll give you this because I understand why T-Top might go ahead with that angle, because he might get the mates rates. He might get the mates rates if he comes to them as a friend. Do this for me. I think mates rates is definitely something from No Cut One, in the No Cut battle, that event in New York, that, you know, Charlie Clips and other battle rappers are on about, I only got paid $2,000. Like, come on, bruh. Come on. And it looked bad on T-Top. It was kind of embarrassing. It was kind of embarrassing to see that happen. So I think you've got to be like, right, this is the business part of it. I even if you need a business account, like on X, or a business phone number, like when I text you from this number, this is business, this is friends, business. You've got to separate the two, because you have standards that you have to set out, and you got expectations from people. And as soon as you start talking business on your friends, like on the texts and all that, no, you got to call the business, because it might not always be you. So I think with T-Top, this seems like a very T-Top run situation, where sometimes for No Cut, he's got to go right. Like Smack, like I said, Smack didn't have Nun's number, but P probably did. P and Norbs, maybe Beasley. These are people that may have had your number, not Smack, not the lead guy or the guy they present as the leader. They didn't have the number, because you've got to go through people. If you have a relationship with these battlers, you need someone that doesn't have the relationship to tell them this is how it's going to go down. If you're worried about breaking that relationship or anything like that, if you're worried about that, you have to have someone that will do it for you. And if you think that something like this won't happen again, you need to think about what you're doing with this mates rate stuff. So being that you are trying, like, because you're getting what you think is a double positive is becoming a double negative. One, you're getting battle rappers that are like, you're getting the great talent, but you're paying them so much less because they're doing this mates rates things, and they don't feel obliged to do it because it's a mates rates. It's 50 to 60% less they would do it off of a relationship. And to them, as a battle rapper, I probably feel the same way. Yo, I've given you I'm charging you 40%. Not that I care, but I can push this back another day. I'm not worried about this because I have that relationship with him. I have that relationship with T-Top. We'll do this another day. I'll do it another day. It's not an issue, but it's a shame because I know T-Top's actually coming across as like a nice guy and being like, oh, I want to put money in battle rapper pockets. I want to run these events. If we get even and earn a little bit of money, great. And put whatever weed business away, the dirty money, put it in the clean money. You know what I mean? Like, so you need to find a way of doing that. And this would have been one of the ways. However, what are we getting out of this? We're getting no cut 2. That's what we're getting out of this. But I think there are ways that you can work around this. And for moving forward as a league owner, there is things that you can do. And I'm saying this out of love. Saying this out of total love, right? I don't want it to be the end of Straight Drop Media. Like I have a lot of love for T-Top because of the Straight Drop Media because of the UK event that they had. I had love for T-Top before anyway, like from the members event, but the Straight Drop event by the pound, it was a fucking movie. That was a genuine movie. Like there was so much to that event that helped. That event gave Bizzle Bond, so congratulations Bizzle Bond, UK Battler of the Year. That event did it. And like I don't think T-Top actually I'm not saying appreciates. I don't think he understands the appreciation of the UK battle rap fan for what he done at By the Pound. I genuinely don't. I think this is like for me, I would have just been happy with By the Pound. I didn't even need Summer Madness on the Sunday, but like because that would have felt like that would have done me battle rap for 2 months, 3 months. You know, of just being like around the event and all this, like because it was an incredible event. It was such a great time. The vibes were A1. It was so much fun. It was so it was great. Like, and the crowd was totally into the battles. Like seeing all these fucking superstars pull up was amazing. I'll never get over that. That shit was so fucking awesome. And like T-Top, a UK battle rap needs to thank T-Top for that, because this could have happened. No Cut 2 could have happened in the UK, but T-Top took the risk. And part of this is T-Top taking fucking risks with people he's considering his friends. You know, like the UK battle rap has to thank T-Top for that. And, you know, like whether it's Capo and Whispers, Tay-Rock, Bizzle, fuck me, Disaster versus Quill. What? And to my knowledge, the first ever female main event in the UK. That's an accolade we'll never get back. That's an accolade that T-Top has on his jacket. We need to thank T-Top for that. So my love for T-Top and my love for Straight Drop Media goes beyond this event. I purchased the event. Keep my 50, bro. Just keep it. Keep my 50. I'm okay. I'm not going to chase that up, because I think you probably this situation. I think you need it. And I'm not saying that to be cheeky. I think every kind gesture T-Top needs right now. But I'm gonna say this with all the love. I think there's one man I think we need to get a call of. Ayo, our streets, bruh. You fucking got him. Our streets. Oh no, Mike P. We fucking got him. Oh no. Oh, Amity. We fucking got him. You know, karma plays a role, right? And I say the Mike P and T-Top one because there's always a story that obviously beforehand Mike P and Arsenal, T-Top and Arsenal had their situation, and they had an agreement not to mention it. Then T-Top broke that just to go crazy, and so they had that, and then obviously our street situation in North Carolina. Actually, same with the T-Top Mike P in North Carolina. That was the whole hey yo, Carolina, what's good? I ain't got nothing, king. Like, and then our streets cut his third round because T-Top wasn't on the card, and but T-Top didn't rap anything. So yeah, one of those things where it was just fucking mental. And and Amity was just like meant to be an event that happened this year. I know. Maybe if you believe in that, maybe T-Top's had a little bit of a debt from you know, karma's a cruel mistress, and you know, you will always pay your debts. You will always pay your debts somehow, and maybe this is it. So who knows? Maybe there'll never be a problem again. But fuck me. There was a part of me going, yo, our streets is dying laughing right now. Especially having that little meme of T-Top is just dying laughing. Let's talk about what could be done in the future before finishing this video off. This isn't just me lambasting T-Top or anything like that. Let's talk, like, I always try and provide something after. What's the next thing? Okay, so I'm going to go over like a few things that, and this is taking research from me, and looking into what other people do and how things work, and to be like, okay, what would be the best way of approaching this situation, and kind of how, like, if I, because I thought about running, like, not running a league, but running an event. I'm seeing this and I'm going, I'll hold off. I make sure all my shit's right before I even start. I have thought about that. It's something I still am considering, but it's shit like this that makes me go, nah, I'm okay. And so it's taken me, and I'm sure a bunch of other people, to go, this is a little different. So obviously in the US, they work with deposits and whatnot, and it's like, from what business has said, it's 50% of it now and 50% of it afterwards. That needs to be cut to like 10%. Like, this needs to be, you can't just give half of it already. That's too much. It's like, because they're fine with having half and then not doing the battle. There's no stakes to that. And I know people are talking about you're only getting 20% of it until you do the battle. That makes sense. 20% is a good number. But if anything, it should be that, to me, I'd have to say it'd be at minimum 20, but 10%, because they know what they're going to get themselves in for. So if it's one of these things where if they're your friends, or if they're close to you and can trust you, they will then do this. They will do this if they trust you. If they respect you, they will do this. Obviously, circumstances happen, but if you have only 10% of that lost, you still have the bulk. You know what I mean? And I understand that, like, especially when you have that money, it's actually quite hard to keep that money, because the money goes to family, the money goes to here, money goes to there. You have money that is put aside specifically for the battle rapper, and you want to pay that off and then pay the rest later on, because you want to make sure everyone is good. This then gets into what I think the second point. So after deposits, let's talk about this. T-Top needs to look to put his money in escrow. Now, escrow, if you're a boxing guy or anything like that, I'm sure you know what escrow is. Escrow is basically what holds the money. So, like, you put this into the safe area here. Floyd Money Mayweather uses escrow. Like, they put it up here, and it's like the cloud. And if you do the job, it goes right to you afterwards. But it's controlled by the person who made the escrow. So it's controlled by the person with the money. Who put the money in, it's you put it away afterwards. So if you were to have a 10% here, but you could say, look, I have the rest of the money, it's an escrow. It's up here. And unfortunately, I know some leagues operate off of paying people on the back end of like, oh, tickets, pay-per-views, all this stuff, right? So maybe it's like, okay, when the money goes into escrow, but if you're having to do that, then you are playing a very, very dangerous game financially. You are just trying to get everything together, and you're maybe working a little above your level, like as the organic article. Get to that another video. But if you set up an escrow or something like this, where it's like the money is here, I can't touch the money is here, and if you don't do it, I get the money back, because the only thing I could do is give or take. That's the only thing I can do. You have this up here, they could see the escrow, and they'll see cha-ching, that's waiting for me. Oh, I'm over there. And this is why I'm even saying 10%, because the look of the escrow, it's almost like in the UK, like a cash saving ISA. You look at that money, you're going, oh hell yeah. That's money. So you see that and go, I want to hold on to that. I want to hold on to this. I don't want to spend this right away. So we have this cash saving ISA, this escrow. It keeps everyone right. It's like the battle rapper can see the amount of money in escrow. It's contracted, it's agreed. They can go, oh, it's right there. I need to perform. You know, and if you have it in escrow, I'm sure there's a way with escrow or whatever, there's other apps that can do this too. Like, that isn't just Cash App. There's other apps that can do this too. And if there's apps that can do that, right? When you have these situations that come across, you can be like, oh, well, you choke, so we'll take, I don't know, 5% off or something like this. You know, that's all contractual agreements. This is why you need someone else to run the business. Like, if it's not clean performances, you can do this. And if they see 90% of it, if they feel they can't do it, they don't take it. They don't take the contract. If they feel, oh, I might stumble, I might do the, I say stumble, that's brutal. Oh, I might forgive a round or something. I know I'll rap like 2 minutes, like a minute 30 when the contract is three minutes with a stop at 30. You know what I mean? Like, if it could be something like that, or that you're severely under the limit of the material, and you have this, because it's all in escrow, the money's safe. You can then bring it back. But I think escrow would be a good way of holding the money without holding the money. So like T-Top doesn't have to, you just look at it, whether it goes on the website or whatever, and see that's there. So essentially, before the events even happened, he's paid the battle rappers. And for him, if he's happy with the performances, he can keep it. Or you did this, take it back, cut it up. This is the math. This is your amount. Or all of it. You didn't show up. That's one thing for me that I think that's the most important thing. You need an escrow. You need something that holds the money and then passes it on after. One of the reasons why I've said this, another reason why I've said this 10%, right, is I would even argue that that when it comes to travel and things like this, whether it's like T-Top, whether it's like Twerk situation where the tire popped in the car and stuff, right, and they decided to drive, I don't think a league should allow that unless they are half an hour away from the venue, or they are unless they're at the fucking door. It needs to be a flight. It needs to be something that can be tracked. So if they are more than an hour, let's say, it has to be a flight. Something that you can say, all right, You got your shit together. You're coming through, and I'm saying an hour. That might even seem like an unnecessary thing. I mean, shorter flights are cheaper anyway, right? They are cheaper. You know, if it's maybe an hour, maybe that's a bit short. Let's say 2 hours. Let's say you're a 2-hour drive or something like that. You need a way of checking in, or T-Top hires the Uber, hire the driver. Like, you know, it's the league that sorts out the travel. It's not take this money and like Twerk gets a driver or whatever and goes down, the tire pops, is a disaster, right? Let's say not like that, right? It needs to be the league operating it, like, and whether it is okay. Because I think a flight, you know, you can track when it's checked in. You can track when they are on the way to the flight. You can be on top of when there's ever like I don't know, problems with the flights and whatnot. There's a lot of these things you look into, and then you could then work on the other options. You fucking train or something like that. Like, are you on the train? You're not on the train. You're not here. And I would also argue people need to be there the night before. If I am looking to organize an event, I know where I live. And if I have it where I live, I know I can't have a single person that isn't staying the night. I can't do that to them. Like, unless they're like somewhere in Scotland, if they are like around my area or like a train ride away, like an hour's train, I can't expect someone from England to come up here and go away the same day. Fuck that. They will stay the night. They'll stay the night before. So like, that's 2 nights. I would say for them to stay, because then they can have their night and then they can fuck off the next day. It's not my problem. But you can't expect a battle rapper to arrive at the day, travel 4 or 5 hours just to get to a fucking event. Can't expect that from anyone. It's unhealthy. And you've got to be a way of looking after the battle rapper. But this then gets into, at the start of this segment, why I say that 10%. Because I think there also should be a 10% check-in fund. So like, if you checked in, you've given 10% of the money. When you check in on a flight, another 10%. Now there's 80% in escrow. 80%. So you are there, boom, that's it across. It means that they're there and they know there's more money coming. And it kind of gives them that before the event happens money to be like, I'm going to come in and I'm going to be at this event and I have a little bit of spending money. That I know it's dipping into their own money that they're going to get at the end, but that spending money when you're on the other side of the world, or if you're in the other side of America or whatever, I was okay. I've got English money. Like, let's say I was a battle rapper and I'm down in London and I have all the Scottish cash. I'm a cash in hand guy, and I get this. There's another 10%. Now that you've got to London, there's 10% there. Boom. I'm okay. I've got spending money. I can go get some food and go chill, see the little spots and whatnot. Pop down to Brixton, fish things and wings. You know, like do something like that, right? I could do that because I've got that little cash injection, and I think that's also a warranty, a safety thing of like, okay, you can get the Uber, whatever. You can do this, you can do that. Anything happens, you do have this money. We will help you, but anything that happens, you are also safe. Like, assuming, let's say someone is I don't know, let's say someone is earning 20 grand, right? 20 grand, and they have been given 10% of it, right? And they've got, that's 2 grand to get a hotel for the night if the worst happens. And then they've got this 80% the next day. Like, they can do that. It's safety money. So they get their 10%, 2 grand here. Let's say it's 20 grand, because you're booking a top tier battle rapper. Like, if you're working deposits, you're booking top tier battle rappers. Here's your 10% here, 2 grand. That's you booked in, right? 90, 80 in escrow. Check in. Here's another 10. Here's another 10%, 2 grand. We've got your hotel and all that, but if worse comes to worse, you have spending money, and you could also get a hotel there, and we can reimburse you another time, right? Then you have the 80% afterwards, like, and that gives you as after battle, and you could be easy put a timer on that, be like, okay, this time, come at this time. This is all like in hypothetical, beautiful world stuff, because it doesn't always work out. But if you have this little extra agency, this little extra spot, 10, 10, 80. I think you'd be in a lot better position, and especially when it's all up in escrow. Like your money would be safe. You wouldn't, and if anyone is begging for it before, I'd be like, no, or just don't be on the card. This is how we're doing this now. This is a support thing. This protects us. It protects the league. We then have this 80%. If you're not here, we can reimburse the fans. That's where that money could go to. They bought the pay-per-view for you. Your money, this 18 grand, $50 pay-per-view, that's, what is that? Gotta do the math there. Let's say 200 pay-per-views, 50 times 50, like 250 times 200, that's 10 grand, right? Let's say like there's 18 grand and you are like, that is about like 800, like loads of pay-per-views. That's 800, 900 pay-per-views. That would fund a lot of people. I don't know how many people are buying the pay-per-views nowadays. If you're getting like 10,000 pay-per-views and you miss out on like your big battles or whatever, yeah, you've got money now that you can give back to the people. And the problem would be who the people that are in the venue that are ready to battle. That would be the people that it affects, and that there's a little cutthroat about that, where someone is in there, they're ready to rap and they're demanding for their money, and maybe there could be a clause of it where it's, okay, you've shown up, you are here, your opponent isn't here. Maybe they get. Maybe they get 50% of the remaining money. So like if you have 80 in escrow, you have this 80 amount, maybe they get 50 of that, or maybe, you know what I mean? So like there's still a bag there. So there's about 80%, that becomes the 100%, 18 grand hypothetically, and then they maybe get 50 of that, 40 of that maybe. Like, so they showed up, they're prepared, they don't get the rest of it, that's going towards the fans, maybe. But that's a big pool. But I think you need the insurance money for the battle rappers that are being there. This last point is going to be more for the undercard, right? So let's say it is a big event, right? Let's say, and then you have like your day one event, right? And your PGs. Let's just say hypothetically, right? I would possibly say that if you are going to be doing this day one stuff, and you have the day before, whatever, and how that works, okay? This is going to sound wild, okay? And maybe this is what Norbs was doing, and it's just something that was taken out of context, okay? I think the undercard should put a deposit in to be on the card. So like, I'm not like, no cut to, I don't think anyone on that should have paid this, and they should be being paid. But if like your day one battles or whatever, or like just like your complete, like not your KDs and your people like that, people who are skin of the game, they just get a lower amount and they're paid. Not the veterans, but the newer guys, right? And this could be something for the UK. If you are going to be on the league, you are you're going to be battling and whatnot, I think you should probably pay in. And I'm not saying pay in as in you don't get your money back. Like that's literally the definition of paying. You pay for someone, don't get your money back. But like, if you are like, let's say it's a PG card, right? And this is the start. It's Chef Trez versus Ryder. It's Jerry West, TY, Jonah, and whoever. Let's just say we make up a card, right? Every battle rapper there that was in the PGs, there was always that story that they were paying Norbs to be in the event. I think you should almost do that, except once you've rapped and you've done your thing, you get your money back. It's a deposit. This is the money is here, but it's a deposit. So it's like if something fucks up, then we keep the money. And like, cause you paid for the slot, we've paid for the venue for this time, we're going to take that money back. So let's say, I know if it was like even the UK, and like, and this is a bit of a brutal one, because it's like if you're going to do a tryout, are people really going to pay for it? Maybe it's like a £50 tryout, you know what I mean? Put 50 quid in. And it's like, this is it's so we can develop the report. You know, like, and if you want to be booked on this card, I know that might be how Short Circuit work it. Like, okay, unless you are established, or you're the main event, or like, you know, you there's got to be a buy-in to be on the card and to prove yourself, right? And that sounds like a really hot take. I think it would protect the league. I think it would, like, if Trubs was running the event, he's booked Armstrong Arms or I can't remember the venue. Can't remember the you know the one. You know the one with it's like this in the background, right? Like where Armitage just had his thing, right? Let's say you run that there, you've booked that time, and if someone isn't going to be there, that's time wasted. Time wasted is money wasted. And if you're not going to show up, okay, we've got that money. Like, and it can be quite cutthroat like that. That's why I'm not saying a big amount, because I can't imagine it's the higher. I mean, it's a London venue, but if you were hiring a venue, you would adjust to whatever the cost is, right? So if it was Amish and Arms or something like that for the day, and there's like an amount to pay at the bar, because that's how a lot of these events work. That they might not even take a deposit, but if you can guarantee that the bar is going to be spent to this limit, then the venues a lot of time it's free. If not, you pay the end of it. So like if it isn't totally spent up, you'll pay the rest of it. You know what? Yes, it gets me drunk, but knowing that inadvertently is why I make sure to buy a few drinks. Like, I make sure I'm putting the money in, because a lot of times that's how these venues work. So if you've had something like that going on, then you'd also have money to then chip in at the end, so the league isn't exactly out of pocket if you decide not to come. But if all the battles happen, there's not an issue. Everyone just gets their money back, and it's all free, and you have that money in return, and that's your money. You can go buy the bar. You know what I mean? Like, that's 50 quid. What, you can get a couple of rounds out of that. You know, like, so. It's something, I think a buy-in for an undercard would be really good, and I think as something for like T-Top, I think day one should have been a buy-in. And then they get their money back when it happens. Like, and if it gets moved up to day two, okay, well, just take your money back and do day two and your opportunities here or whatever, something else. But if instead of paying every single person, there's got to be importance of the league. There has to be importance of the league. And I just think as I'm moving forward, I think that's just a really interesting way of doing this. Before any money goes through, before even 10, 5, 1% of money goes through, you need to put this on a flyer. You need okay, we need to announce it. And once we see the flyer on your social medias, not a story, a post, be very specific, post, I will be here by like we back in action. Once that post is out, and whatever who you're battling, Twerk and Nitty, and Twerk does like the devil emoji, like something like that, there goes no money, no flyer, no funding, absolutely none at all, right? Completely none. This might sound a bit crazy as well. Again, this is all hypotheticals. I think you should look into possibly having one or two battle rappers just in the background, just like, and like here, just in case, if you feel some shit is going funny, write some shit for this battle rapper, write some shit for this main event. I'm not for the main event. Let me make that clear. No, it's not a ghostwriting thing. But like, if you feel shit's not going right, and one of the battle rappers is like, oh, I ain't going to come. Get whispering that little local guy here. I don't know if this main event's happening. If you're free this Saturday, I'm going to see about doing a one rounder. If that doesn't happen, and the reason why I say the local guy, hey, I'm not going to pay you or anything like that. But if this shit goes fucked up, I might get you an opportunity with this big, like a one rounder, so they have this performance. And if the money is substantial and you're like 3-4 days out the way and being like, okay, you can get, we're not going to do this battle anymore, you can get the rest of this money, but no expectations or anything. But if you do a one rounder with this guy here, but we can get the money sorted out. You'll get the money. And it doesn't, you don't have to be great or anything like, no expectation on the main event battle rapper. But if you want, if since this is falling apart, got this guy here, you'll still get your money, but you know, give him something. Give back. And there's no love lost there. And if it happen, if the battle we want happens again, we'll pay you again. You're not dangling this little contract over the top of them. You're like, okay, it's a new contract, and if like it's because you want to reward the battle rapper that made it. So I would at least say that would be just you know, test the waters and being like, okay, we've got a fail safe guy. Because you could then get, I don't know, like let's say for T-Top and T-Top and Averb's not happening now. Even T-Top's like, ayo, danger zone. Just in case, I might hit you up. Write something. Just like as if we were to battle. Because this might not happen. Or like, I don't know, Tay-Rock and KD. I'm just making it because KD was the other person for danger zone. Hey. 80, just in case. I'm not saying anything, and I'm giving you the opportunity here. Yes, you're not getting paid for it, but I'm giving you this opportunity. If it doesn't happen, come and take this one rounder with Tay-Rock. If they don't want to do it, cool. Call XL, call other people. Here, well, I'm not going to pay you for it. Who's in the area? Get the local talent, and then it means you've got a backup for a battle rapper if they've been paid the big bucks, and they'll actually be able to get all of their money because they've performed. You know what I mean? Like it'd be a situation where a backup battle rapper will be the term that I'll use. Someone that is there just in case. He's on the dime, and it could work from either way. It's like, you know, there may be a situation here. You may get your full money, and even that little whisper of maybe you can do it, and it puts someone else on, and when you have the next event, you can then use them afterwards. So it would be it's giving back to the culture. And I thought it'd be a good idea, personally. Let me know what you think about that one. That one would be a bit of a crazy one. As a last thing, I think, very last thing, I think homework. Do the homework. Track battle rappers. Just track them. And be like, okay, if something happens in the culture, they're likely to do this, they've done this, they've done that, they've done that. What are they going to do for me? And at least if you have a track history going back to where they've dropped out, where they fucked up, where they've done this, and you can control the environment, I think that would just be something beneficial, that you are actively, you are doing your homework on the battle rapper and what they've past been done. And obviously not every battle rapper is defined by their past, but it can at least give you an idea, okay, I'm going to approach this. And if you were to say, right, Twerk, I'm only going to give you $6,000 rather than that 15 that you usually get, and I'd be like, oh, what the fuck, why? And I go, well, because of this event requires this, and when this has happened, you've done this, and when this has happened, you've done this, and we need this, and when we've seen you try to do this, it's happened into this, and you just provide your reasoning. So I would just say do the homework, and even if it takes a couple of months to go back and battle rappers you're thinking of booking and saying, when have they fucked up? When have they been at their best? When have they been at the worst? When has it been good business? When has it been bad business? And yeah, I think that would then benefit T-Top too, to have and actually develop a perspective that goes beyond the friendship. Just go do a bit of homework and going back. Don't rely on the friendships. Use the friendships if you need to, but don't rely on them. Don't rely on them, and be aware of who you're booking. And you'll know that, and you'll have that because you'll have a database. Premier Battles is actually very good at keeping a database of everything. They know everything. They know what's going on in their league, and that's why when they book, where sometimes we're like, oh, we haven't got Yunnan or Yendeezy, or we haven't got a lot of these guys that maybe not Yendeezy. I just haven't seen him I haven't seen him battle in years, and no, especially not Premier Battles. We haven't got this, we haven't got that, we haven't got this person, that person, because they keep a file of everything. They keep a file of everything. So let me know what you think about this. As little notes and whatnot. I will probably tag T-Top in this video. And this has all been out of love, and I didn't want to be the person, instant reaction, T-Top scam the culture. Yeah, like there's probably, I understand why we all feel like that, and understand what's going on. And like I said, It's so funny. It is so funny to see that. But and you know, like I said, our streets is like, like our streets. We'll do an interview. We'll do an interview, bro. It'll be fucking hilarious. But it's just a funny situation. And I feel bad for T-Top. On the real, I feel bad, but I see our streets just cackling. Like I said, let me know what you think about that. This is a part 1. Part 2, I want to go through Organic's article because I think it talks a lot about No Cut 2 specifically, amongst other things. He says, with no reference to anything, but references everything. So I want to at least go through that, my thoughts on it. I've not really totally read the entire article, so I want to just get even my own perspective of it and what I think, the goods and bads and whatnot, and just relate it all. I think this is important. It's important that we connect it all together. And the bastard Organic, I was going to do articles myself, and the bastard did it for me first. That was going to be my thing. Prick. Right, okay. I appreciate y'all. Catch you all for part 2.
I feel just how you